All right, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about creating a lead magnet that actually attracts leads. I speak to fitness coaches all day on Messenger and in discovery calls, and I'm consistently asking, how are you generating leads? And when we get to the topic of lead magnets, whether that's a guide or a freebie or a video training, oftentimes it's met with a bit of a negative vibe, I would say. Usually people think it's been a waste of time, and there's a reason for that. And I want to run through that today in this podcast. I also want to give you some tips and tricks so that you can actually create a lead magnet that works and actually attracts people that you want to work with you. So to get started, generally with lead magnets, what coaches will do, what anyone does, is that they create a lead magnet for the sake of creating a lead magnet. Instead of creating a lead magnet for the sake of actually helping their ideal client to take the first step on their journey in order to achieve their goal. And so it's not just about helping them to take the first step of their journey, it's about actually helping them to take a step that helps to remove the barriers that are getting in the way of the ideal client actually moving towards their goals, working with a coach to help them to actually achieve what they want, and reaching out for help in the first place. So what I want to do today is just walk you through a few quick questions you can ask yourself in order to get clarity on what type of lead magnet you can create, what it needs to help your ideal client to achieve, and then we can run through those things, and hopefully that really helps you to get some clarity around what you can make that's actually going to work. Because I don't want you to waste your time creating things that look nice and that seem like a good idea, but no one actually wants, because we've all been there. So we don't want to create something that just provides information. What we want to do is create something that's implementable and helps your ideal client shift the way that they think and act, okay? So as an example with my lead magnets, my first one is a guide, and that is actually a tool that helps you to, it's a checklist that helps you to audit your own Instagram account so that you can make sure it's optimized to get leads. And the reason I created this is because it's implementable and it helps my ideal clients take a first step in positioning themselves in a way that they can start to generate more leads and start to get more clients on board, which is of course what they come to me for. So if I can help them to take that first step, and I can help to remove some of the barriers, which are maybe some of the things that they're doing on Instagram or not doing on Instagram, that are getting in the way of them getting clients. If I can help them to remove those barriers, I can give them a sample of what my type of coaching is like, what I teach, how I teach, and I can actually get them some results, then of course that's going to put me in a great position, and that then opens up the opportunity for them to reach out to me and want my help. So you as a coach, you need to get clear on your ideal client and what is a first step they can take in the journey that you know that they want to go on. So let's say your ideal client is a new mum and she wants to lose 10 kilos. Say she's put on a bit of weight from when she was pregnant and she wants to lose that weight. The reason that she hasn't been able to is because she's time poor and she doesn't have access to a gym. So you know that those are some of the objections that she has coming up. You know that in her mind she's saying, why would I work with a coach? Because they're just going to tell me that I need to go to the gym. Or they're just going to tell me I have to do these lengthy workouts and it's just not going to work out for me. So if you get clarity on your ideal client, what they want, what's getting in the way, what those roadblocks are, you can create a lead magnet that helps them to take a first step. So in this instance with this mum who wants to lose some weight, a great lead magnet for her, an ebook, a guide, a training video, would be centered around quick at-home workouts that you can do to start to shed body weight, because that's what she wants. She can't get to the gym, so she needs to do it at home, and she needs it to be fast because she doesn't have a lot of time on her hands. So really getting that clarity on who your ideal client is, what they want, what's getting in the way, allows you to then create a freebie that allows them to take a first simple step and start to see some results, start to implement some things that you've advised, and gives them the opportunity to get to know you a little bit better based on the way that you teach, the way that you train. If you can create a video training that does the same thing, sometimes that works even better because it allows your ideal clients to see you on camera, it allows them to hear you and really see how what you're like as a person, see if they actually want to work with you as a coach. So that's what you really need to think about when you are considering creating a lead magnet, rather than just thinking, I need to create something. I need to give away something for free so I can get an email address. Because when you think that way, you don't put yourself in your ideal client's shoes, and you often just end up making generalized, vague, informational type guides and things like that. And the issue with that is that it doesn't scream out for attention to your ideal client, and it's also information that people can just get by searching online. So again, it comes back to having that clarity around your ideal client. If you haven't listened to episode 1, I think it is, of this podcast, go back and make sure you listen to that. It's all about niching down, finding your ideal client, and there's some steps in that podcast that's actually going to help you to get clarity around that. So back to the lead magnet. What are some of the questions that we can ask ourselves in order to get clarity around what type of freebie we can create that's going to actually act as a magnet, like the name suggests, and attract leads? Okay, so the first question here I want you to ask yourself is, what does my ideal client believe is the reason why they haven't been successful in the past? So really center in your ideal client. Imagine their life, imagine the struggles that they're having relating to their health and fitness. What do they think the reason is that they haven't been successful in the past? Has it been that they felt that personal trainers in the past were too hard on them and that they weren't able to actually enjoy working out? Is it that they know that they can't hold themselves accountable when it comes to health and fitness because it's not a priority for them? Is it that they can't be trusted around sweet foods? What is it that they believe is the reason they haven't been successful in the past? Okay, so get your notepad and pen and actually write this out, because this will really, really help you. Not only with creating a lead magnet, just in general and creating content and connecting with your ideal client. Number 2, what does my ideal client dislike about what they believe is involved in the process of achieving their goals? Okay, so what do they not like about what they think is involved in the process of achieving their goals? Okay, so maybe they think they need to go on some sort of fad diet. They need to drastically drop their calories. They need to be going to the gym every day. They need to be running. What are those things that are coming up for them that they think is involved in achieving their goals? It might be lots of cardio, right? And maybe you teach strength training as a way for weight loss. So what are those things that are involved in the process that they just don't like, and they think, I'm just never going to go after my goal because I don't want to have to do those things. So think about what those things are. And then number 3, how does my coaching help them to achieve their goals without the objections that we just listed? Okay. So when you get clear on this, it makes it easier to create a lead magnet that helps people understand how they can achieve their goal without having to do the thing that they don't want to do, or in doing it in a way that is actually going to work for them. Okay, so that's really what we want to get out of asking ourselves these questions. We want to get those answers so we can create something that actually gives them something valuable for them in specific. Okay. Awesome. So let's go through a few types of freebies you can create. You can create a checklist, like my Instagram profile checklist that I just mentioned before. You can create some sort of diagram, some sort of guide with like a step-by-step process in it. You could create a video training, as I mentioned earlier. I also have a video training where I actually give implementable steps that you can take to get results right away and sort of get your foot in the door of generating leads and doing that sort of stuff online. When it comes to you, it might be a video training about how to actually perform specific exercises that you know your ideal client desperately wants, or a video training, even an explainer type video training talking about nutrition or whatever it is that you specialize in, that you preach, that you teach in your coaching. It could be some sort of tracker. It could be something that teaches you how to use MyFitnessPal to track food or anything like that. Really, it comes back again to having clarity around what your ideal client wants and just delivering it in a method that's actually going to work for them and help them to implement what they've learned. The last thing you want to do is just create some sort of guide that just gives information and they can just quickly skim it and then close out of it, never open it again and forget that they even looked at it. That's what we want to avoid. And unfortunately, that's actually what most coaches create when they create a lead magnet. So we want to create something implementable. We want to create something that's actually going to shift their mindset and help them to actually take action on something. Okay. So I hope that this was helpful. I could talk more on this topic if this is something that you guys want me to delve deeper into. But go ahead and answer those 3 questions and let me know. Come over to Instagram, or if you're watching this on YouTube, comment down below and let me know what are the answers to your 3 questions, and let me know if you have a lead magnet, how has it been working for you so far. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll speak to you soon.